I'm Grace and I'm the creator of the NFP Connect Planner. Let's talk about procrastination. Do you get overwhelmed? Do you watch a little too much Facebook, a little too much Netflix, a little too much online shopping? Well, the reason that you do this is because your body is literally avoiding it. Your amygdala has control and has said, nah, we don't want to look at this right now. So you'll have an automatic response, which we talked about before, in the flight or fight response. I personally respond to overwhelm in a paralytic kind of way. I get really tired and I just want to have a sleep. So what I do to get over my paralysis is I take a little time out. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed about a project or a big decision that I have to make, I go off and I get a coffee, and then I take a big piece of paper and I write down all the things that I need to think about or the things that I'm afraid of to do with that particular subject or project. And then what I do is when it's out of my head, I can see all the facts. Sometimes we get stuck in our heads and what can be quite small turns grandiose in its idea. So what we need to do is bring back the facts of whatever it is that you're afraid of. So get it out of your head, write it on a piece of paper, and then when you can look at it, you can see the next step that you need to do. So often when we look at a project or we think about the project, we're looking at the whole project, and that's why we get overwhelmed. When we look at a year of all the things that we need to do, we look at the whole year. We don't just look at the first quarter or the second quarter and break it down. And what we need to do to calm ourselves down is to break it down into bite-sized pieces. Martin Luther King Jr. said, you don't have to look at the whole staircase, just take the first step. And what that means is just look at whatever it is that you're doing, take it out of your head and just do that next priority. And then what happens is it gives you the confidence to do the next one and then the next one. So whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, maybe just take yourself out, understand what your personal reaction is. Do you fight it? Do you flight and run off? Or do you maybe, like me, get paralyzed and want to have a nana nap? So when you do that, think about it and get your prefrontal cortex, your thinking brain, to kick in to go, you know what? Yes, I can see that I'm procrastinating and I need to now go and write it down. And then if you need help after that, get someone to help you to be accountable. So if you've got a big project at work, get someone, the two of you could get into a boardroom, write all the things that you need to get down, break it down in step-by-step bits, and then you can get it done. In the planner, we do this in this 90-day section. So whenever you're feeling overwhelmed about it, there's lots of dream, dare, doodle sections, but you've got your 90-day goal, your big goal, your brain dump section, and then your little bits that you can do that. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, just pull it out of your head step by step and just take the first step. Don't be so hard on yourself when you don't get something big done, because your brain and your body don't really cope with it. So just take one step at a time, because one step each day is closer to no steps in 30 days.